All right, so I'm trying to create this video a little bit quicker. I created it once already, but I rambled on for 13 minutes. So I'm going to try and create this one a little bit shorter, um, and hopefully that helps a little bit more. Um, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the second way that you are going to be graded on this Rube Goldberg project, and that is through your engineer diary that you're going to be responsible for keeping up with. Um, the first post for your engineer diary is going to be due shortly. Um, and so I wanted to give you a sense of what that's going to look like. I've actually started working on my own engineer diary. And so I wanted to share that with you real quick. I'm not going to go through it step by step. I'm going to share it with you so you can take a look closer. But I just wanted to show you what it looks like and maybe talk through a few of the pieces um, as I go. So um, you're going to be completing, as you work on this project and as you start building, the main thing that we find we want to be most important is that you're planning ahead, um, and that as you're building, you are making changes and you are trying to continually make your project better. Um, that's kind of like the engineering process, right? We've worked on a lot of engineering projects, and in similar ways, we've always tried to improve and optimize. We spend multiple days, and this is kind of similar to your daily log in our engineering projects. So I'm going to go through. I did two entries. Um, I actually split. An entry might be like one day for you. For me, it was I pieced together a couple shorter parts of different days that I thought made sense into one entry. But ultimately, you need to have four entries for your diary, but you can have more. At the start of each entry, there's going to be some questions you're going to answer in terms of planning ahead. While you're working on your project, I suggest that you are taking lots of pictures. Um, and then after you've finished working for that day, then you can go and put those pictures back in your diary and you can explain what those pictures mean. That's what I did here. I think that that works the best way. That way you're not I mean, some people might choose to type as they build, but I think that that might slow you down. So if you just snap a few pictures as you're going, you can always come back and explain what they mean once you put them in your diary. If you take a look here, I'm actually working on building an Erie Canal. It doesn't work yet. The goal was to have water be stay only on one side of that divider, but I'm working on it. I'm getting there. Um, and I kept working on it. Um, and at the end of each entry or the end of each day, you're going to reflect on some of the things you accomplished, some of the changes you made, and what you're planning on doing the next day. Okay. I have a second entry here um, where I started to think about my water wheel, and I made a prototype. Um, I had to make some changes. It didn't fit in the original location I wanted it to, so I went somewhere else. I actually included a couple videos in my diary, which you can do as well. My prototype, as you can see, uh, worked a little bit, so I was pretty happy with that. But I decided instead of cardboard, I needed to make it out of a sturdier material. Um, I found this metal olive oil container. Um, Whenever you're using uh, tools or sharp materials, you need to make sure that you're taking proper safety precautions. Um, Working with a parent, working with someone older than you, making sure that you're being safe at all times and using the proper tools and proper safety equipment. Okay, I'm using gloves here. I used the proper metal shears. Um, Even plastic can be really sharp, so always be careful with whatever you're working with. Um, if you take a look, my here's my water wheel. It's finally got it working. It still needs still has needs some work, but it is working much better. It's spinning much better on its own, so I'm really excited about that, and I'm excited about getting it attached to the rest of my machine. The way that I decided to work on my Rube Goldberg machine was to work on it in parts first, especially because I wanted to show you those industrial engineering parts as quickly as possible. Um, so that's how I started mine. It might be better to start from working from the end to the beginning, or it might be you might want to start from start to finish. That's up to you. Ultimately, that's something you're going to decide on day one, and try to work from that way. So here, you're going to decide what your simple task is that you want to accomplish. We've done a lot of graham cracker smashing um, in this unit and in the last unit, so I thought that it might be fun to create a Rube Goldberg machine that smashes graham crackers, and I'll put on some ice cream. Um, I'm originally thought I was going to work backwards to the beginning. I think now I'm actually going to work from start to finish. So you might change. You might make a lot of changes as you go, and that's okay. I just want you to keep track of that and document that. And that's what your diary here is for. So I hope it becomes a useful tool for you. Um, it's something that we're going to be grading just like out of 5 points each data entry um, to see that you're actually working on it and you're putting some thought and effort into it and into your design. And we just want to make sure that you're making progress each day or or when each of these are due periodically. Um, so those due dates will be posted shortly. We're gonna set up a timeline for you guys. We're still waiting on a couple finalizations of the schedule, but then we will get that out to you as soon as possible. So um, that's some info for you, and good luck. Uh, right. Good luck.